Presentation on Virginia Colony by Tyrese Ivy and Tyler Dell. Geography and region. Located in the southern part of the colonies, the terrain was hilly coastal plains, forests, long rivers, and swamp areas, and it had fertile soil. It was very easy for Virginians to survive during the winter. In the summer, the weather was hot and humid, and that led to the spread of disease. Although the climate caused disease, it also helped the crops grow because of the warm conditions. Virginia was founded in 1607. The people attributed to finding Virginia were John Smith, John Rolfe, and a few other colonists. It was named after Queen Elizabeth the first because she was known as the Virgin Queen. Virginia was an English colony from 1607 to 1776.
Some important events in Virginia's history were on May 13th, 1607, Londoners hoping to settle land scouted out the spot that would become Jamestown. The location of Jamestown was chosen because it would be easily defended since it was surrounded by water on three sides. In 1618, the headright system was set up by the London Company. It gave 50 acres of land to colonists who paid their own way to Virginia or paid the way for someone else. In 1776, Virginia joined the rebellion against Britain. On June 25th, 1788, Virginia became a state in the United States. Although many people were Anglicans in Virginia, the colony was not dominated by just one religion. People were given some religious freedom. Virginia's English colony was supported by the ancient and familiar tradition of the established church. Colonists supported the tradition of a Catholic church. Many Protestants resented the religious restrictions placed on them, often struggling to earn more religious freedom. The Anglicans tolerated the Protestant dissenters, but they thought that the religious views of Native Americans and Africans was not acceptable in their society. English colonists often made grudging efforts to bring blacks and Indians into the established church. The Powhatans and Indians further inland proved resistant to Christianity. For blacks, the oppression of slavery forced them to abandon a purely African worldview. Still, they did not come to Christianity in great numbers until evangelicals began gathering converts of both races after the mid-18th century. Virginia's economy was so successful that it prompted the English government to set up other colonies in America. Their exports included rum, gunpowder, cloth, and most importantly, tobacco. At first, tobacco from Virginia was not effective. However, when a colonist from Spain brought some Spanish tobacco, it began to spread like wildfire. Virginia colonists quickly gave up all other products to meet the demand for tobacco in England. Production increased a lot going into the 1620s and became available for mass consumption in England. Because of the high demand of tobacco, indentured servants signed contracts agreeing to work a specified number of years in exchange for transportation to Virginia. Those who acquired indentured servants had to provide them with food, clothing, and shelter. Virginia received goods exported their goods in exchange for things like molasses, sugarcane, and slaves. Virginia became known for its tobacco, and the people living there adapted their lifestyle for this new production style. Finally, these are some reasons people should move to the colony of Virginia. The geography and climate prove useful for settlers. Most English and Europeans settled in the coastal plain and Piedmont regions. They were able to establish some successful plantations in these areas. Colonists also enjoy the luxury of great soil for farming purposes and low taxes. If someone is coming from England, they will enjoy the religious freedom we allow them. Many of the people who settled in the New World came to escape religious persecution. In Virginia, the colonists flourished with some help from the Native Americans. New World grains, such as corn, kept the colonists from starving, while in Virginia, tobacco provided a valuable cash crop.